Second thing. Oh my God. This is why I wish having residents or PAs and nurse practitioners. I hate it when patients have chronic constipation. He says, I'm already taking Miralax. I'm already taking stool softeners. And I'm like, dude, has your doctor seen you and examined you? Oh yeah, I had a colonoscopy 3 months ago for this recurrent constipation. And I had some polyps, all benign. Polyps don't cause this. He's like older in his 70s, like 68, almost 70. And I'm like, something else is causing constipation. He's not on narcotics. He's not on any anticholinergics, even to psychiatric medications. I'm like, I'm on any antispasmodic bladder medications. And I'm like, do an exam to see if the great wall of stool, is present. Because if they're boulders and rocks, no enema in the world's going to work. Because all the enema does is cause stimulation of the sphincter to push out. That's usually very soft stool. This is like very hard Play-Doh. The clay that you wouldn't want to make any statues with. And the great artists of Italy would not be making any statues out of this type of Play-Doh clay. And some more rocks, boulders. And the bad thing about doing this is you have to either gown up to pretend the liquid there's no liquid stool that's permeate over you. And mind you, he has a little bit of discomfort to the left, but he's had no bowel movement, he said, for a week. And I'm like, a week? And he's trying to put his finger, but it hurts. But he's still farting. So gas is still going from his mouth and going through all his small intestine, through the 9 feet of large intestine, and squeezing through. He's still having flatus. That's a good sign. He's not febrile. He's not peritoneal. I'm a nurse. I'd say just give fleet enema. It's not going to work. I just know it. I could have done an X-ray to prove a whole left bowel full of stool, probably creeping up. Badly enough, if you let this really, really happen, and gets too piled up, you can cause a large bowel obstruction to a small one. But he hasn't been throwing up. And I'm like, I do an exam. He has the biggest prostate. Like a big softball, compressing on the rectal vault. I'm like, putting my finger in, I'm like, whoa, my friend prostate is pushing against me. And I was like, this is why he has constipation. And when he avoids, he trickles, he dribbles. He's like, dude, how's this going on for? Oh, it's going on for weeks to months. That slowly going from when you're young, as a teenager, pissing across the room, like a sprinkler system for your yard, to like dribbling and hesitancy. And I'm like, oh my God. So some people gown up. So people put a mask, 2 masks, put some gauze pads in their nose so they don't smell it. Put a shield. All I know is where the rectum is, it shouldn't go up north and hit me in the head. Just double gloved. Some people wear super long gloves. You have a bucket and get a lot of lidocaine jelly. You don't inject the rectum, you just topical, lather that up, numb it up a little bit. I don't do a pudendal block. I don't do any anesthesia crazy stuff like regional blocks there. But because the only thing I'm gonna would get rid of this pile of stool is a colonoscopy, and even then you need bowel prep. And what you don't understand is Go Lightly, marketed correctly and to the public, is Miralax, but not a gallon's worth, just lesser. He hadn't tried making a citrate, but these bulbs had to be loosened up. And the crazy part is, I call this Deliverance, not the Burt Reynolds wackos along a river shooting at people who are camping and on rafters, on a raft. Deliverance is like delivering a baby, pebbles of stool of babies. Ugh. It's like basic coordinating, the patient pushing, and you like trying to scoop and dislodge a clay from the larger mass into pieces. And as long as he's able to tolerate this pushing down, and then you try to like sneak in as much as possible, he scoops up, like One finger doesn't work. It's like 2, 3 if you can, and then break it up and loosen up and as much as the rectum can tolerate. You feel bad for the patient, but you're like, it's getting sore. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to deliver as much as possible. And the patient wants to look. I'm like, no, we'll look later. You're trying to throw up in your mouth and go. Every time he pushes, like Deliverance. Mind you, I had one resident who I thought had Marfans. He's like 6'5", 6'6", and big long fingers. And he delivered one almost entirely like a small football with some blood streaks on it. I was like, I don't know how he did that one. I don't know if he fisted the patient. I don't know how many fingers entered. I didn't ask him. I just saw the delivery of one whole big thing wrapped in some sheets, and I looked at it. Whoa! When the patient had a bowel movement, yes, he delivered it. I was not that successful. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking about this. I'm just telling you this. These are one of the times I regret not having a resident, an NP, or PA to do this. The attending did it, and I forgot to charge critical care time because no one wants to do disimpaction. Rectal disimpaction, oh my God. And I told him, dude, I'm going to get you a referral to your PMD, but your PMD needs to refer you to a urologist. And here, by the way, I looked up some urologists. Here, go to these guys. They offered you surgery to shape this thing and get rid of most of this mass. You're not going to have problems with constipation anymore. Okay? Unless you eat that stuff on the halal cart down the corner with white sauce all the time, or eat some spicy food with sriracha all the time. Like, I'm just telling you, Corey and Hurry, I'm just telling you, no prunes are going to fix this problem right now. Fix that prostate, and then hopefully Dr. Torres does not have to do another episode of Deliverance, delivering another bowel movement medically. No bueno. Doo-doo, no bueno.